Hey everyone, so I wanted to do a quick rundown of some tech tools that could help you as a real estate agent during the times when we were working more remotely, give you some creative ways to market yourself and to make that a very easy process for you. So the first one that I wanted to go over is Zoom. Zoom is a great tool to be able to do video conferencing. With Zoom, you can do screen shares of your screen. So if you're doing buyer presentations, listing presentations, Zoom is the way to go. For me to start a Zoom meeting, I just make sure that I'm logged into my account, and I can start one with video. I can start one with screen share. I can come into my account. I can give out a personalized link, which is directly for my video conference room. There's a lot of ways that you can do this. The great thing about Zoom is that if you're using it for just your basic marketing, it's completely free. I pay for the $14.99 plan because there's some things that I do with recording and just other tutorials and webinars. But for most of y'all, you should be able to just take advantage of the free account that Zoom provides. You can host up to 100 people. You can do one-on-one meetings, which are great, again, to meet with your clients. You have some video conferencing features. You have some web conferencing features. So play around with Zoom. It's a great way, again, to get FaceTime with your clients or even with other realtors if you run a real estate team or you're part of a real estate team. Great way to get real-time FaceTime access to the folks that you want to connect with without having to spend a lot of money. The next one that I'm going to talk about, we're going to kind of continue with the theme of keeping in touch with your folks, and this is great for keeping in touch with your leads, is a service called Mailchimp. Mailchimp, again, if you're using a basic plan, really depending on how many emails you're going to send out, there is a free version. It's very, very basic. You have a limit on how many you can send, how many contacts you can reach out to, just some of the customization. But for most of you, the free plan or maybe even the $9.99 plan is going to be what you need to be able to do what you need to do. What Mailchimp is a newsletter creator. So you can come in, you can again create newsletters, really pretty emails to send out to your folks. The other great thing about Mailchimp is there's a lot of tracking that comes along with it. I'm going to log into mine. This is the first time that I'm logging in with this web browser. So let me get logged in real quick. And then I'll walk you through just a quick overview of what Mailchimp can do. I won't really be going too deep into tutorials on this video, but I just want to expose you guys to some different tools that are available to you. All of these websites have their own help section. They're going to have knowledge bases. They're going to have information on how to take advantage of what it does. But again, this is just an overview. If you have questions on how it works, I recommend using that help information from the website, because I've got it to do what I want it to do, but there may be some things that you're looking to have it do that I may not be able to teach you effectively. But I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit. Let me see if I can bring up any of my previous campaigns. Let's see. So here's one that I did back in June for National Home Ownership Month. Again, you can make these very, very easy. Do kind of it's kind of a what you see, what you get sort of drag and drop platform. But basically, this is what I sent out. Again, really pretty. Lots of graphics, the ability to look at a bunch of stuff. It'll link your social media down at the bottom. It's going to show you a few different versions. If it goes out in plain text, they still get a lot of stuff. They still get those links to click on. But again, the biggest thing for me is being able to see reporting. So I can come over to View Report. I sent this email to 982 recipients. It's going to show me that in terms of open rate, 11.4% of my subscribers that I sent this to opened this email. On average, 14.2, my peers average, so they're going to kind of take other folks in the industry or folks who are sending out similar sort of communication. That's where we're there at. I can also look at click rate to see how I compare. It'll show me kind of when they're being opened, how many are being opened, the links within that website that were clicked, anybody who opened it multiple times, where they're located, all of that good stuff. So I'm going to kind of just show you real quick creating a campaign and a little bit about what that web browser or that builder looks like. So I'm going to come over to create a campaign. It'll give you a few options of what you want to do. This will also let you create ads. You can create surveys. You can do social media posts. But what I really use it more is email newsletters. So, tutorial campaign. We're going to do just a regular one. There are some that you can create automated, just plain text, A/B test if you want to send out 2 versions to see which one performs better. But let's go ahead and just do a regular one, just to the basics to get you started. So it's going to ask, who are you sending it to? Now you can upload your audience. You have this ability, this audience section up here. So you can upload spreadsheets of all of the email addresses that you want it to use. I have some audiences already saved in here. So I'm going to do my subscribed contacts. So these are leads from KV Core, that sort of stuff. You can come in and have it personalize the to field, so it'll pull whatever in the first name field. Now, not every contact I have has a first name, so I tend to leave that off, but that is an option for you. So we're just going to go ahead and save, and it's going to walk us through everything else. You can edit who it's from. It's always going to be from me, but I could change this to Freestone. I could type team, or I could change it to the best realtor in the world, however I wanted to show up in that email, like in the little preview on their email client. We're going to save that. Subject, just like writing an email, what is the subject line? This is a test email. And then you have that preview text. I'm going to show you in my inbox. So this is the subject here. This is that preview text. So you can customize that preview text. Check out all this cool shiz. Okay. Then we save it. And remember, we talked about, I guess on the last video, last Monday, where we talked about keeping your subject lines short, that it tends to increase your open rate. Now you can come in here and select a template. Anywhere that has this image, you can upload images, you can upload logos, and it'll just kind of put those placeholders for you. You have single column, 2 column, you have the ability to do all of that. You can just use a blank one and do your own. There's different themes that are available. So if you're just like, hey, I need just some inspiration, this is all here for you. If you create your own template, you can save your template. So for example, I tend to follow a similar format. That way I don't have to go in and upload stuff. Let's just come into layout. Let's come into, I don't know, this one's nice and basic, and we'll just use that. So we click to highlight it, and it's going to open that up for us. And again, it's very much what you see is what you get. If you want to edit something, you just click on the edit button, and you can edit over here. Now, if you want to add in, let's say, an additional block of something, you can certainly do that as well. You're not limited when you create these templates. You can go in and change whatever makes the most sense to you. Let's go back to, where are we? We're just going to kind of go back to the different options we have available. Continue. Okay, so it saved everything. Cool, let's go back into our content. So we have this block option up here. If we want to add in one of these blocks, we can add in some style options in terms of fonts and that sort of stuff. But let's say we wanted to add in a divider between this heading and that image. We can come in, and just, there you go, drag it there. And you can build out colors and all that sort of stuff. And again, continue. I'll take you back and you can go in and edit until you feel happy. Now it's not letting me do anything because I haven't added anything to it, but you can send yourself a test email, and I highly recommend it before you send it out wide. You send your test and you can see what it looks like. You can push it out to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and once you're done, it'll prompt you to send it, and it'll send it to all those folks, and then you'll be able to track your progress through there. So Mailchimp is a great way to send out some really pretty newsletters and be able to track what you're doing. So let's go ahead and continue on with the idea of reaching out to folks. The last one in that category that I'm going to show you is send out cards. Send out cards is one that isn't free, but the financial investment is totally worth it. The plan that I use is $98 a month, and it gives me the ability to send out unlimited numbers of cards or postcards to basically whoever I want to send them to. Let me log in and I'll show you a little bit about how this works. So we all hopefully have folks in our sphere of influence. We have past clients, maybe folks that we're currently in deals with, maybe someone where a deal fell through, maybe another real estate agent. Whoever you have, where you have a physical address, you should be sending them something on a fairly regular basis. And send out cards can make that very easy for you. The nice thing about send out cards are two things. One, it's going to give you tons of options to be able to use pre-made templates. So for example, if I wanted to send a thank you card to somebody, like I send thank you cards every time I do a listing appointment. And maybe I want to send one that looks like this. I can come in and I can customize it. I can do a flat card. I can do a 2-panel card, 3-panel card. If I want to do like an oversized 8x11, there's a small cost for it. I can do a postcard, whatever I want to do. Again, I can come in, I can customize the text. I can really, put whatever I want in there. I can add additional images. So if I want to put our logo on there, I certainly can. Again, you don't have to think too much about it. You can just come in. Hello, and thank you for letting me into your home today. I look forward to listing and selling your home quickly. Now, of course, I'd probably personalize this a little bit more with their name, maybe including an address, whatever the case may be. But it's very easy to do these cards. You just click on next. Again, if you can edit a document in Google Drive, you can do something like this. You can come in and add your recipients, add their name, the mailing address if you have them saved. Like these are some of my closed folks. You can pull them from there. You can come in and add a new address. All of that sort of stuff to be able to manage these contacts. Let's say I'm going to do that one. Done. I'm not actually going to send it because they're going to wonder why I'm trying to sell their home that they just bought from me last year. I can also send them a small gift. So they've got things like a little 2-pack of brownies, a coffee mug, really whatever you want to do. I love doing the listing appointment, and then I send them like a little 2-pack or 4-pack of brownies, something small that is just like a, hey, thanks, and this is kind of a cool little thing. You can send things for like if somebody's when they hit their first year of being in their new home, maybe sending them like a little coffee mug that her planner said is really cool. Again, tons of options there. So you have got all this stuff that you can do to kind of continue to build these relationships. So that was thing number one, is that you don't have to think about it. You do have the ability to create your custom cards if you choose to do so. I've done a few that are mine and mine alone. So like this one is my happy house anniversary card that I've sent out to some folks and their first anniversary. Of course, I'll customize a little bit about them, including my logo, all that sort of stuff. So cool thing. You have a list of cards that are pre-built for you that you can customize with your words and your name. You can create your own cards. The coolest thing about all of this is, like I mentioned, it's $98 a month. That takes care of the postage as well. So currently, first class mail is, I believe, 55 cents. So if I send out 200 cards, just postage alone has paid for itself. And I'm now reaching out to 200 people that maybe I would have had excuses to not reach out to before. If you want information on signing up for send out cards, I'm included a little link down below. I will send it out along with the video as well. So send out cards is a great option, and really takes the kind of the hassle out of sending out mailers. In your contact list, you can also set anniversary. So I get a reminder when someone is at their first year anniversary of selling their or buying their new house. I put people's birthdays in there. So I had a past client who they closed on their house like 5 months ago, but it was the wife's birthday. So I sent out like a little birthday card and like a little 6-pack of chocolate chip cookies for her birthday. I guarantee they're going to remember me the next time that someone says, hey, we're thinking about buying a house. Do you know any good real estate agents? And that's really what this does for me. For 98 bucks a month, it's a no-brainer. So those are the things that I use most often to build and maintain my relationships. So let's continue to talk about how we can kind of create some resources when it comes to marketing ourselves. So we talked about how to keep in touch. We talked about designing cards. We talked about designing your newsletter. But if you're kind of graphics phobic, a tool that I'm going to teach you will take you a long way. And what I'm going to teach you is Canva, canva.com. Once again, Canva has a free version and they have a premium version. I love the premium version. Again, it's like $9 a month, but try out the free version for a while, see if it gets you what you need. You may not need to pay for the premium version, but it gives me a little bit more customization. What Canva is the ability to create very, very easy digital designs or designs that you can then save for print. So I'm going to show a few things that I've created in Canva. So anytime I do like these social media graphics for, hey, we just went under contract, or my client just closed on their home, we did it here. Here's another one where we, when we went under contract on the buyer side, so I made a big deal about congratulations to my clients. Here's that happy house anniversary card. Here's a just sold postcard that I created. Here's that just saying hello card that I created for send out cards for the cover of a card. Some of y'all have this action tracker. I created it in Canva. So there's a lot of, again, digital stuff that you can create, again, like this was for social media, this was for social media. And then your print stuff that you can create. This was for a postcard, this was for a postcard. So again, Canva makes it very, very easy. You can come in, create a design, and tell it exactly what do you want to create. So, hey, I want to create, let's say I want to create, would be something fun. I want to create a flyer. It's going to come in. It's going to size it the way that it needs to. So it assumes that a flyer is an 8.5 by 11. And then it's going to give me some different flyer templates. So let's say I want to do something, something that looks like this. I can click on this and it gives me like a two-sided version of it. And I can just drag and drop right into my template here. And let's say I love everything about this. I want this image here. And let's say I want to do an open house. I don't know why I would use this for an open house, but I can highlight, come see newest listing. And then maybe here, this is where I want to put the physical address, 123 Street, and then you put the date here. Again, you can play around with it. You can do whatever you want. You can search for templates. So if I want to look for other people's open houses, I think there's an option for it. Yeah, so here's a bunch of open house flyer ideas. So I can come in, let's say this is the one that I really like. And I just want to do like the front of it. We're going to replace it. So I can come in and I can change out these images. I can delete stuff. I can add stuff. Over here, I have the ability to upload images. So let's say this is one of the photos of the house that I'm doing an open house for. Again, I can drag and drop. And the nice thing, because it knows that it's this template, it's just going to snap it right into place. Let's say these are the 4 images of the house that I was doing an open house for. Drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. Very, very easy. I can come in and I can change colors very easily. And it's going to give me suggestions of colors based on the photos. But I can come in and let's say I want to do, I don't know, bright red. You can do all of that in here. Again, there's a lot of things that you can play around with. So definitely check out Canva for creating your anything graphic. Again, print, digital, social media stuff, whatever the case may be. Once you're done creating, you can download it. It'll give you some ideas. If you want to do print, they recommend this. If you just need an image, you can do a PNG or a JPEG, whatever it is that you want to do for whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So that's basically Canva in a nutshell. Let's talk about the next thing that I like using, which is Listing Cake. I already have it up. Listing Cake is fantastic for what we're working with right now, which is trying to get people to look at homes without leaving their house. So if you have a listing, or maybe you have a client who was interested in, maybe interested in a specific home, whatever the case may be, and you want to kind of present it in a little bit nicer light, Listing Cake is a great way to do that, to take images, especially for real estate, and turn them into like just a little listing video. So it's going to ask for your email address. It's free to sign up. You just come over to create video, and we'll give it a moment to load up. So it's going to ask you what images do you want to use. So let me just pull, I don't know, I'm just going to pull some houses, or I'm going to pull some photos. So let's say, here, I don't even know if these are the same house, probably not. So let's go ahead and open those up. It's just going to upload those photos for you. Take just a few more moments. Perfect. And then we come down to save and continue, and it's going to ask us what layout we want to use. This one is just very minimal. It has information down at the bottom. You can do one with this information on the side. This one that has like this bar across the top, and this is where you can pop in your information about the property. I'm going to go ahead and do polished blue. I'm a big fan of blue, and I just like the way that that's laid out. Save and continue. You can include music if you want. It just has a very limited sample or a limited catalog of music. But if you're just doing like a video to be able to share or to be able to market a property, you can do it no music if you want. Let's go to save and continue. So it's going to be me. Let's say this is one of my listings. I'm going to put in all of my contact info. At EXP. If I can, it's like walking and chewing bubblegum trying to talk and type at the same time. So 210-343-1999 EXP Realty. And then maybe I'll put my website, stoneteamtx.com. Then we want the property address, 12328 Claiborne, San Antonio, Texas, 78254, I believe. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, $165,000. So as you type stuff in, it's going to update it on their side. We're going to save and continue. And then we're going to go to create. So we're going to create video tour. It'll take just a moment for it to generate, but I'm going to show you what it looks like once it's done. So the video is done. Let me show you just real quickly what it looks like. So it's going to have the property details, the address, your name, your brokerage, your phone number, your website. You'll be able to see a little bit more clearly once the little status bar goes away. But it basically takes your images and gives them some movement and some interest. So if you have properties that you're looking to market, this is a great way to take those images and make it look a little bit more special and still have it branded with your information. This is also great to share with your listing client so that way they can kind of be part of the process of marketing your property along with you. Let's go ahead and continue on to talk a little bit about video and the things that we can start using to make video a little bit easier as well. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is an app that I use for recording video, which is the Teleprompter app. It's very easy to use. You just open it up. It's going to prompt you to name your new script after you click the plus button in the upper right-hand corner. And then you type your script. So if you're, let's say, out and about doing a walkthrough of a house, or when things get back to normal, an open house, or you just want to do a video where you're interviewing somebody, whatever it may be, and you want to script out what you want to say beforehand, this Teleprompter app is great. So I'm just going to do just kind of an example of, hello, I'm testing the Teleprompter app. And then when you click start at the bottom, it's going to scroll for you just like a teleprompter. Now you can make the text scroll very, very slow. Again, so slow that you're barely seeing it move, or very, very fast, depending on the rate of your speech and just what makes the most sense for you. So this Teleprompter app is a great way if you're afraid of getting on video and not knowing what to say, a great way to, again, script out what you want to say, make yourself sound a lot more intelligent than I do right now, but it'll save you and give you that confidence. Again, this is what the icon looks like right here. I have an iPhone. I'm assuming that there's an Android version for it as well. If not, there are tons of teleprompter apps out there, but Teleprompter Lite is what I use. Again, it's free to download, very easy to use. You can, as you can see in mine, I have a script saved. This is from an open house that I did heck last spring. So you can always save your scripts and come back to them over and over as well. So let's go ahead and continue to talk about video. The next app that I'm going to show you is Spark Video. It's from Adobe. What I use this for is creating videos from images. Now, we talked about Listing Cake and what that does, but let's say I wanted to create a video that just kind of previewed I don't know, a neighborhood or a house that I was doing an open house for, and I wanted to have a little bit more control over the text. So I'm going to create just a little video of some pictures of my dog. Don't judge me for having low battery, but you can go into your photos from your camera roll, select the photos. It's going to upload them for you and intrinsically kind of put them together in a sort of photo slideshow is probably the easiest way to explain it. You can go into the editor and add in text. You can go in and add in music, kind of like you did with Listing Cake. This is just the basics of if you just upload the photos and play them. So again, just like a little video slideshow. It's cool. It's not all that inspiring. So you want to kind of come in and add in some additional elements and additional effects. So if you hit that plus sign in the lower right-hand corner, you can add in title cards in between those images. So I'm just going to type in, here is my dog, Maud, and we're going to save it. And then let's add in another card. So again, very easy to add in these title cards in between specific images. So again, now when I hit play, we're going to see that opening image. It does this nice little swipe. to add in that additional text, goes to the next one. So again, if you're kind of previewing a home, you can kind of pop these in with the different features of the home. You can pop it in with information about where it's located, or if you were doing an open house, you could maybe like put the date and time of the open house. Again, you can save it to your camera roll, you can post it to Facebook, Twitter, you can email it, send it in a text message, copy it to your clipboard. So if you want a real quick and easy way to create a video from static images, you can do that with this. You can also upload video. So if you do have like a video tour of something, you can upload that and add in those title cards as well. And then the last video tool that I'm going to show you is Imovie. If you have an iPhone, you should have Imovie on there. This will allow you to take video recordings that you do. So let's say you're, again, doing a walkthrough of a home, doing a video tour of a home for a client. You can record that video, upload it into iMovie, and then just make it a little bit more dynamic. So I'm going to, I'm going to take one of the videos. I was out on a walk here in my neighborhood, Woodlawn Lake. I took some videos of some geese. So I'm just going to add a couple little title cards on top of it. So again, you can play it with nothing. You can click on the video itself. You can split it up into different clips. You can delete stuff. You can really edit that video as you see fit. But all I want to do is add in a title card or a little title overlay on this image. So I can click on the image and click on the T for text. Now there's a few different text effects. I'm just going to do a standard, just a little pop up, pop out. You can delete the lines that you don't need. So let's go ahead and do this big bold one. So let's check out these geese. So I click out and then it's going to save it there for me. So let's go ahead and play. And there you go. And it'll click over to the next one. Now that I have it in two separate little video clips, I can go in and maybe add a different set of text on top of that next little video section. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're in that video section number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it again. Click on that T to add some text. Let's try a slightly different effect this time. Let's go ahead and do this focus effect. Sorry about that. So we type and then we click out. And then we can go ahead and save it. So let's go ahead and watch with the different transitions. So we've got that text, no text, that cool little video effect, and that'll play to the very, very end. So just like with anything else, you can send it in an email, text message. You can save it to your Google Drive. Again, whatever's going to make sense for you to be able to use it. But again, iMovie is just a real quick and easy way to edit videos or to add, again, a little bit of effects to your videos. And now on to the last app that I use regularly as a realtor. You should all have this if you're a member of Sabor, but it's Mls Touch. Now, Mls Touch gives you the ability to search for properties by MLS number, by map, all that sort of stuff. And I'm sure you've used it for that, but here's what I use it for. I use it to give my clients the ability to search for properties with a real-time app. I know they're going to be on Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com. They're going to be on all those sites clicking away at their fingertips. So I'd rather them click on my app than some third-party app. I can see what they click on. I can see what they favorite. It gives me a lot of insight, kind of like what KB Core does. So you can come in, you can add a new contact, put in their name, put in their last name. You can put an email address. You can add their phone number. You can text them properties from this app. Again, a really easy way to communicate. about properties to your clients. I mentioned that you have the ability to send out an app of your own to them for them to be able to browse. You're simply going to click on more down at the bottom, and then you're going to go to brand and share. Now you can upload your logo. You can upload, or you can change out the colors. You can do whatever you want to kind of personalize it for your own branding. You can preview what it's going to look like. And then once you're happy with how it looks, you simply go down to share my app. You can send it by email or via text message. I chose to send it via text. I'm just going to text this to myself, but they can click on that link and download a customer version of Mls Touch that is branded with your information and pushes information back to you as a real estate agent. So really, really cool. Definitely try it out. They simply come in, again, they can click on that link and have the ability to, again, to browse properties in the way that they would on Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, Redfin, any of those third-party apps. But they can trust that if a property says it's for sale, or that if it's gone off the market, it's gone off the market, because it's tied into Sabor. So my hope is that we've given you some tools and some tips on how you can kind of up your tech game when it comes to real estate, and especially real estate in the way that we're doing it now. If you have any questions on any of these tools or apps, definitely go through their help section on each of these individual websites. I am by no means an expert on any of these websites. These are just things that I use for my business on a regular basis. If you have just basic questions on setting up anything, let me know. I might be able to walk you through that. And then, of course, with send out cards, you'll have a link to sign up if you do want to subscribe to send out cards. I'll share my link below, and I can give you some one-on-one training on that. So get creative. Now's the time to pivot. Now's the time to put yourself out there more than ever, and hopefully these tools will help you do that.